If you listen, you can hear all the birds, and they've got a lot to say today. You can hear the singing everywhere. But hello everybody! We are at my house outside of my apartment right now. See, it is so noisy. It starts up like 5 in the morning and just everybody makes all this amazing, beautiful noise as they wake up and sing, including my birds, but they don't like to wake up till like 8. They're so lazy. But good morning, and it has been a very long time since I have vlogged. I got very, very sick. Goodness, yeah, I just, like, we caught some sort of flu thing from one of Darling's students, and I've spent the first chunk of this beautiful May curled up in bed with a fever. So weak that all I could pretty much do was just get like episodes out and roll over and read a book. And it was so sad because the rhododendron are starting to bloom. Like my plants are coming up. Let me show you my plants. Oh my gosh. So over here is the elephant ear that I got Darling as a present because he loves elephant ears. And the one I got him for his birthday a couple years ago got a bunch of bugs in it and died. And then over here, I think this is one of our peppers. But I figured this guy takes so long to grow. I figured he wouldn't mind having a little bit of company for a little while because I didn't know where else to put these ones at the time. So we have like our little pepper plant right here. Isn't it so cute? Look at it. Such a cute little pepper plant. Come on, focus. Focus, camera. It's so cute. There we go. But yeah, cute little pepper plant. I don't even know who this is or what this is. I think it's some sort of pea plant based off of the tiny little vine that's coming off and the shape of the leaves and the color of the plant. But I don't know what it is because it's so compact and tiny. So I'm letting him grow over there. And then we have this guy, who I thought was a pepper plant. You can kind of tell from these more pointy leaves. These are your false leaves, the leaves that pop up to help everybody grow. They're big and wide, and their main job is to pop out first from the seed and help get a lot of sunlight into the plant, a lot of energy into the plant. And now some of the real leaves are popping out, and they look more like this, more like the long thin ones. But then we have this curious little center one. I don't even know what he's doing. He might be kind of like this guy right here. So I think these two are like types of pepper plant. I'm pretty sure that might be a type of a pea plant. Sorry about that. My neighbor popped out next door and I didn't want to like film her, and she was driving away from her car that was right in front of us. So, oh, there goes a mourning dove. Beautiful. So, that actually reminds me, one of the cool things is that Darling and I are moving. You guys have probably heard this a million times by now, but it's the first move, other than the one when I moved in with Darling, that I've been looking forward to for a long time. And I moved a lot. This will be a 4th move in a year and 3 months. But this one will probably end up staying at this spot for a long time, I'm hoping. That's my plan. I'm just going to pretend this is going to be our new home. I'm not going to budge, not going to think about it for a long, long time. But at our new place, we'll have a patio that's gonna probably be maybe not as wide as this, but it'll probably be as long-ish, maybe just like this long. It'll be pretty big. It'll be like 10 feet by something something, 13 feet by something something, so about as big as my kitchen right now, which is really nice. And we're not allowed, believe it or not, the reason I have all the plants and everything out here is because we're not allowed to do anything with this gravel. We have to leave it just like that, just gravel. I don't know why they just didn't pave it if they're going to make us do that, but if I had that space, I would have so much more room for plants, and we could get Darling's hammock. That's this right here that has a little birdhouse on it right now. But we could get his hammock set up and lay in it all the time with the patio furniture still out for eating on. Oh, and look, if you guys look closely, let me see. Yeah, do you see those little flickers? There's petals falling from the trees. And there's a butterfly. Where'd you go? There you are, up in the tree. Oh, do you see it? I think is that monarch? Maybe. That's the second butterfly I've seen this season. I'm so excited. We're going to be moving to a place that's going to have a lot more nature. I can walk out of our door and down there's 2 fishing ponds, fish ponds, like to fish in, so there's going to be a lot of wildlife on the apartment complex property itself. And then there is a whole nother area, a lake, an actual huge lake, that has a 2.5-mile trail around it, like paved trail. So I can go and walk on the trail whenever I want. Walk out of my house to the trail. And I'm going to do that every morning. And there's a pool. I'm going to swim every day. I'm very excited. This is going to be a really great, really vital change. I'm really excited. I'm going to share it with you guys. Lots and lots of greenery with you guys. Because right now, we've been coping and making wonderful progress and a great life with the weirdest little chunk of greenery. Like, this is just the side of the apartment complex yard, and back behind the fence is where I've planted some of the secret garden stuff. Most of it's been eaten by now, which is why we haven't done an update. But there's a good chunk of the like, fava beans, and those snow peas are just fine. So we'll go look at those in a little bit. Ah, that's right, catbird. But yeah, I'm excited because we have done so much just with this tiny patch of greenery. So the idea of having an entire forest right outside my back door, we will be on the 3rd story. So we'll have the patio way up high, no interruptions, nobody messing with the plants, no little animals nibbling on the ends of my plants. My poor little snow pea has seen some better days. But look, they're finally starting to grow up the fence the way I wanted. Finally. Oh, they're so cute. But yeah, so I'm real excited about that. The move is going to be wonderful for those reasons. There's a lot of robins. Oh, hello, little chickadee. Do you see him? Right up here. Are you going to sing again? You're so loud for such a tiny bird. But yeah, right now what I'm working on, this early in the morning, it's about 9 in the morning. My gosh, that's a loud chickadee. He's so cute. Is planting okra. So we have the silver queen okra in these little yogurt containers right here. Each one, I planted most of these yesterday, just one today, or most of these a couple days ago, I think. But yeah, each one of these containers has a silver queen okra seed inside of it, and we'll have to see how long it takes for them to germinate. And then over here, I just planted, and let me see if I can get a really close, yeah, let me see. Come on, focus. Alright, you see right there? That's the German chamomile seeds that you see, and I put a whole bunch of them down, because look how tiny they are. I just cannot believe that those itty-bitty little snippets of seed are going to turn into a big old, like, German chamomile flower that we can use for tea and things like that. So I've been trying to get a few more pots planted, and I was just getting ready. This is my water jug, recycled water jug, reduce, reuse, recycle. Why buy a watering can when I've got a bazillion and a half of these things? But I was just getting this pot ready to put in some more snow peas, or sugar snap peas, I should say. And the reason I'm planting more, even though we have some up along there and up along the secret garden fence, is because we're moving. So those guys will stay here, and I wanted to have some snow peas. So I thought I would show you guys. I'm planting a whole ton of the seeds this time, because we have enough seeds to do this with. And I'm just going to, like, thin them out this time, let the healthiest ones survive. In you go. That's right. I love planting things. I love gardening. I love gardening so much. I've been thinking, because there's so many botanical gardens and greenhouses and parkways and like wetlands parks. There you go, little seeds. Where we're moving, I've been thinking I'm going to try to volunteer at least at a few of them. And I'll bring you guys along for that adventure too. There we go. There we go. So the little seeds are now all planted. If I can open this up one-handed, voila. We can give them a little bit of a water. But I'm very excited for the move, and I'm sorry I haven't done many vlogs lately. I just got so sick, and I got a little bit depressed about being sick. But I think it's because I was inside, and I am definitely one of those people who needs to be outside at least a few times a day in order not to get depressed. Because that's where we all sort of belong anyway. And finally, these are sweet peas. I planted sweet peas and some tiny little flowers. These might be zinnia, they might be some other types of seeds, but I planted those guys. And here, this is actually bits of bamboo. I have a ton of dead bamboo in the back of my car, long story short, and I need to get it out because I wanted to use these sticks for my bird cages and for my gecko tanks, so I need to get them out. But then I got the little pieces of the sticks, because like we're talking about big bamboo poles is what I have in the back of my car. They were just on the side of the road, so I collected a few of them from a bamboo grove. And I got the little branches off of them for my plants to grow up, and hopefully they'll figure that out. You can see where these sweet peas have the curling of their little vines seeking stuff out to wrap around, and I've now provided something for them to wrap around. So hopefully they'll get the idea and grow up these little makeshift trellises. But yeah, they're sweet peas for ornamental purposes, as well as these little flowers. We'll have to see who decides they can survive and make it. We've got tiny little seedlings hiding everywhere. But, oh, and the pansies are doing great. My birthday pansies, they have just not stopped. I have been picking off like dying flowers from them to keep them propagated, like to keep it, well, not propagating, to keep them blooming. There we go. Come on everybody, you can keep going. But yeah, you just come in and you break off the ones that are starting to wilt and fold up, just like that. And you can actually eat these. I told Darling I would make him some cupcakes with a pansy on top, and he looked at me like I grew 3 heads. So it'll be fun to introduce him to that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just needed this to get back outside. What the heck is that tree? We're gonna go investigate that tree today, my friends. Do you see that? It has these giant white growths on it. Are those flowers? Are those flowers? That would be so cool if those are flowers. So we'll go on a walk today. It's really silly. Like, I keep telling people who might have social anxiety, or if you just have a really hard time getting outside even though you know you need to. And in my opinion, 30 days outside is like way below the minimum that people should have. More beautiful birds, and yet we very rarely get anything more than that. So if it helps you to get outside by vlogging it, even if no one watches, do it. If it helps you to get outside by taking pictures, do it. But I'm going to stop questioning why it's because I want to share with you. I want to share what goes on in this beautiful world with you. So I get even more excited to be able to go out and adventure and find things for all of us, because we're a community. I have never lacked the understanding that just because you're not standing beside me right this moment, we're not sharing this moment. Like, we are sharing this moment, you know what I mean? It is something that's happening together, even if it's beyond the bounds of time. So I've always known that, and I think that's why I love going on hikes and walks and doing those kinds of things and sharing them with you. So yeah, sorry I'm so rambly. It takes a little bit to get back into the flow of things, but I'm feeling a lot better now. You can still hear my voice is a little bit sore from the flu. And I actually need to get back inside to work on shipping some mushrooms out. We're almost out of mushrooms. I'm gonna have to make more. And to record the rest of season 2 for zoo crafting. So this will be fun, and later we'll go on a little walk and we'll see what else we can find. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit. We have a mystery tree to discover. Would you look at this? It looks like our own little personal wilderness, our own little tiny patch of wild land. And it's just on the edge of the apartment complex, as usual. We're just sitting over here. I have my favorite tree behind me. Hi, favorite tree. Look at this. Isn't that such a view? Look at all that. I love looking up. I love sitting here. And you know, in books, when they say that the light ripples across the ground, I think that's what they mean by this, where the sunlight ripples through the leaves and the wind is blowing the leaves so they move, and it just creates this beautiful calming effect. And I feel so much better. Like, I really got so sad and depressed again, and it's because I was stuck in bed for 2 weeks. I had such a terrible fever. Like, it was so bad, and it was because I wasn't outside. I wasn't getting enough time outdoors, and so even though it's going to be a lot hotter where we're moving, I'm just so excited about the idea of being out more and excited to share it with you. And you guys also saw just a few seconds of clips when I stopped by the pet store, the local pet store here. Not impressed with it, so I don't do like any vlogs or questions there, because their animals are like minimally, if that, taken care of. Many of them not very well taken care of, and I'm a stickler. I worked in a pet store. I know the sacrifices you can make, and I'm like, if they have enough room to stack 3 aisles of pet beds, they've got enough room to give their dagoos. They had like 7 dagoos, 7 male dagoos in one 10-gallon tank, and that's not right. Their guinea pigs are in like a long 30-gallon, and there's like 4 or 5 guinea pigs, and that's not right. So that's why I don't do pet store vlogs very often. If I can't go there and be totally blown away by them, I'm not gonna bother. But there's actually a guinea pig breeder down in the Raleigh area. She'd be a bit away from where we live, I think, but enough to drive out there. But she breeds textile guinea pigs, and I've been thinking about going and visiting her and getting to do vlogs and videos, if she'd be comfortable with that, about what textile guinea pigs are, and just like how she takes care of her cavy. She has a whole caviary. Cavy isn't the scientific word for guinea pig. Like, it's Nocardia caviae is a bacterium, a soil bacterium. I did a project on once, and they called it like the guinea pig's disease, and I didn't know why they did that, and it turns out they discovered the soil bacteria and tested it on guinea pigs and named it after the guinea pigs they tested it on. And one of the Latin terms for guinea pig is cavy, and so a lot of the world will call guinea pigs cavies, and then I grew up with them just being known as guinea pigs. But they're so cute, and I love guinea pigs. So, you know, I would love to interview breeders and professionals who take good care of their animals, because I think if you take really, really good care of your animals, I think that's a really good thing. There's CSAs I want to visit and order food from, and maybe they'll let me like go on and record what life is like there. So there's a lot of stuff. But anyway, long story short, I don't it's so windy. I don't record at pet shops very often because I just don't. I have a very high level of standards. And I hope everyone does, and I hope that's what I teach people about. That's why I'm such a stickler for going, you can't put a betta fish in a bowl with like some bamboo. No, you have to give it at least a 10-gallon with a heater and a light filtration system, because a heavy filter on a 10-gallon will suck the poor little fish up. He doesn't have a lot of swimming oomph with those tiny fancy fins of his. So yeah, that's why I talk about it so much, because I figure I learned when I worked at the pet store. It was commission-based too. All of the Petlands are commission-based. FYI, if you go into a Petland pet store, the employees are nearly cutting each other's throats to not lose their job, because if you don't make commission, you get fired. And commission is just like $100 an hour, and you get 8 of that. You get, basically, they give you minimum wage. And if you don't meet minimum wage, like you don't earn your minimum wage in commissions, you get fired. It's very tough, but I rose to the challenge because I loved animals so much, and I made good friends among the other employees, and I really loved working there. And I never had to lie to someone, because the other employees sometimes would try to lie to them, and after I got promoted, those employees didn't get to stick around. Like, I would put pressure, and just, you know, a lot of people, if you educate them about what their animal wants, they want to do the best by the animal. And a lot of people don't know just the basics about animals, like the fact that betta fish need a tank and a filtration system and a heater. They don't know that fish, as prey animals, need multiple levels of plant matter, not just like 2 or 3 plants. They need low level, they need mid level, they need high level. Some of them need rocks, some of them need overhangs and like little logs to hide under. It depends on the fish. You really have to do your research. It's not as easy as just throwing your goldfish in a tank and putting a SpongeBob SquarePants pineapple in there and calling it done. Not at all. But I loved working there, and I would teach people about what they needed to take good care of their animals. And I learned if you taught someone the 5-star standards, Usually they would end up giving their animal the 3-star standards, but that's a worlds of difference from like the negative stars that they may have unintentionally been giving their animals before you taught them what their animal needed. And so that's why I am always telling you guys, like, take care of your animals like this. That's so fun. A little leaf just fell down. It just went, whew. Look at that, so pretty. See, look at the rippling. But anyway, I babbled long enough about fish tanks and animal welfare, even though that's a big issue for me. And it's just nice to talk to you guys again. It's been a long time since I've done a vlog, and it's been a long time since I've just gotten outside and enjoyed it. So we're going to go see the mystery tree in just a minute to figure out what the mystery tree is. But I thought I would show you guys how the secret garden looks. And we're on the other side of the fence right now. But you can see we have cleared away all that nasty plastic, and there's now a sea of little plants popping up. And those are not my plants, but those are some native plants, so I've been leaving them be. All of my stuff has been eaten. The lettuce was the only thing that was still there and still doing good, and now the lettuce is gone because it has been consumed. But we are over here to water the beans and the fava beans. Those are the only things that haven't been eaten so far. So, let's see. Here's a dandelion leaf. Big old giant dandelion leaf. In fact, watch if I pull it up. Yeah, it has that milky sap coming out of it. Let's see. And let's clear out these guys. This right here is one of my fava bean plants. And then this guy right here, you see it? This is one of my pea plants. So I need to clear some of these guys back a little bit. Come on, get back, you guys. Here we go. Ooh, good. Look, it's a jewelweed. This is jewelweed. It's a very quick spreading, pretty interesting little plant that grows all over here. I met it last summer when I worked at the flower farm, and when you pull it up, it comes up real easily. You can see how those roots just popped right out of the ground. But jewelweed, if you break it, crush it up and rub it on your hands, like if you have bug bites, or especially if you ran into a patch of stinging nettle, it takes the pain away. So jewelweed is very useful. Here's more of it. It's all over the place. It turns into very beautiful flowers, so I've left most of it, but it grows really tall too. So anywhere where it threatens to crowd out my plants, where I'm trying to grow a little bit of food, I pull them back a little bit from there, but otherwise I leave them alone. But yeah, it looks like, get back, get back. Come on, everybody. Clear out. Back off. Give my peas some breathing room so they can have a little bit of let's see. There we go. No! Alright, I'll have to clear that one out more manually later. But yeah, there's pea. Then right here is fava bean. He's really getting crowded out now. How you doing, buddy? Are you hanging in there? He's like, it's getting hard, Mom. They're coming for me. I know. There we go. Get back, everybody. Yeah, it's getting harder because now this top layer is kind of crowding the sun out, but he still gets enough to grow. Here's another fava bean. Doing very, very well. Very happy. You can see another pea plant. Look at this pea plant. This is what I was hoping it would do. This is so cool. You can see how the pea plant has wrapped its little tiny itty bitty pieces all over this fence right here. Good job, little pea plant. That's what I was hoping you would do. And it's wrapped it over this little vine as well. So the pea plant's doing great. Somebody was nibbling the fava bean, huh? I wonder who was messing with them. And then further down here, oh, look, it's a little mole. Oh my gosh. It's a vole. Oh, let's go look at it. Okay. Did you guys see it? I saw it. Oh my goodness. Oh, can I get over there before he runs off? I bet he's the one who ate all my stuff. Where'd he go? Where was I? Where was he? Oh. Yeah, he's somewhere over here. No idea where, but that was so cute. I cannot believe I saw him. But now the mystery of who's probably been eating most of my plants is solved. Oh dear. Yeah, this is all jewelweed down here. Ouch. And that was something pokey, which is not jewelweed. Alright, hopefully my beans are getting high enough. I won't have to worry about him nibbling on them. Alright, come here you guys. You can grow this way. I try not to like remove all of the plants, but just kind of encourage them to go a certain direction. How fun! Nope, I don't see him. He might have popped into some little tiny mole hole that he's got somewhere. Alright, let's clear out some more jewelweed. As you can see, there's tons of it, and it is prolific with its seeds, so I'm not too worried. There. Alright, so I'm going to water these guys. What a fun little vole. Tiny little cute thing. And it smells so nice back here, like honeysuckle or something like that. Are you back here, little guy? That's why you have to listen carefully. I heard the leaf litter rustling and glanced over, and that's how I saw him. Well, you know what? That was even better than a mystery tree. But yeah, this is how the secret garden's been doing, guys. It may not have tons of plants and flowers overflowing in it the way I wanted, but now it doesn't have all of that absolutely horribly messy litter. Like, we walk back here and there's no trash, no litter, and there is definitely this guy. I think we have some sort of gourd growing back here. What the heck? Did somebody else have a bright idea like me? This looks like a huge gourd. Look at the size of these leaves. Huh. Yeah. He looks a little bit intentional in his planting, so maybe somebody else had the same idea I did at one point. So we're going to keep looking and seeing what we find, but you know what? Seeing that little vole, that made me really happy. Because that means that we cleaned this area up enough that between him and the toads and all the doves and everything we've seen, he's been able to be healthy, happy, living here just the way he should. This is their place, and that makes me feel great. So I'm going to head inside and get back to work and water my plants now, and if I find that little vole again, I will show you guys ASAP because he was so cute. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.